I desperately want to change the way you think about astrology. I'm a Gemini, so I'm flaky. No. Astrology is an ancient, deeply rich system that has been watered down to bite-sized stereotypes to make it more digestible to the masses. In making it accessible, we left so many pieces behind that it is barely recognizable from what it once was. But my name is Hannah Hawthorne, and I am a traditional Hellenistic astrologer, a pagan witch, and author of The Magic of Birthdays, which is an astrological witchcraft book. Those are my credentials, if you will, but today's video is very casual. I have no script, and we are just going to chat about the stars. Consider this an introduction to a series of astrological witchcraft videos that I would like to make if you are interested, based on the topics you are interested in and the questions you have. It is a topic that I am very passionate about and feel as if we are missing within the witchcraft community. A lot of witches are simply that. Witches practicing witchcraft, and while they might do like full moon rituals, they are not astrologers and studied in the practice of astrology. As someone who practices both, I feel like witches are doing themselves a disservice by not bridging that gap and learn about the system that they are lightly pulling from when they do something like a full moon ritual, but aren't quite well versed enough to add depth to that if that's what they're interested in. Full moon rituals, or working with the moon in general, is an example of planetary magic. And the same way that you work with the moon, you can work with any of the celestial bodies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. At the beginning, astronomy and astrology were the same thing. Astronomy is a study of celestial bodies, and astrology posits that they correlate to earthly events. Our ancestors looked up at the sky and said, when that is happening up there, this is what is happening down here. They would notice when certain planets were in certain signs, things would happen. There would be a drought, there would be a royal wedding. They compiled their findings for millennia, and that is what created the system we use today. Eventually, that same idea was applied to people, and they said when people were born under certain stars, they had certain traits, and they experienced similar things throughout their life. Your birth chart is essentially a picture of the sky at the moment you were born. It depicts where planets are located, what sign they're in, what house they're in, and the relationships they are having with each other, which are called aspects. Your birth chart doesn't just depict who you are internally, but the external circumstances you will go through throughout your life. When looking at your birth chart, I can tell the first impression people have of you, how you earn, spend, and attract money, your relationship to self-worth, how you broaden your horizons on a mental and physical level, how you think and communicate, your childhood, your creative expression, the things that you will create in this life that will take on a life of their own, which could be a legacy or physical children. The groups you find yourself in because you are passionate about the same thing that they are. Your daily routine, what you are most known for, usually that is career. Your ideal partner and how you behave in relationships. And finally, your deepest desires and fears. So just the casual stuff. It is everything. The entirety of the human existence can be seen in your birth chart. How does that work, you might ask? I personally believe that we are living in a shared, connected universe where everything is having an individual and personal experience with everything else. It is all connected. This is also the reason why I believe witchcraft works and why you can influence things outside of yourself. Astrology doesn't make anything happen, it just reflects the fact that things are happening. Astrology comes down to patterns that have repeated themselves throughout time in people and places. Because you can do astrology for anything. Person, place, or thing, it doesn't matter. You can create a birth chart for an animal, a business, a location. Astrology is also worldly. Things happen on a global scale when the stars do certain things. Traditional astrology is predictive and deterministic, and it's not vague. Throughout time, astrology has become more internal, more subjective, and psychological. People will say, I internally behave this certain way, and kind of stop there. And while that is a part of astrology, that is only a part, and missing out on what I consider to be the most fascinating and exciting, the predictions that you can see within the sky. As a witch, I work with the celestial bodies like deities, petitioning them for guidance and support in the themes they govern. As we know, astrology covers the spectrum of human experience, and all of the planets have different domains of life. Venus guides me in love magic. Saturn closes chapters, Mars protects. Each planet has its own list of correspondences that you can use to build your workings and tap into that planet's energy. Let me just give you some examples. Correspondences of Jupiter. Number 4. Color blue. Tarot card, Wheel of Fortune. Stones, citrine, lepidolite, amethyst, fluorite, pyrite, turquoise, lapis lazuli. Metal, tin. Flora, lime, meadowsweet, oak, pine, sassafras, thornapple, saffron, nutmeg, cinnamon, sandalwood. Fauna, eagle, bull. Other, index fingers, lightning bolts, anything struck by lightning. Jupiter is associated with figures of wind, sky, storms, and fatherhood like Zeus, Juno, or Thor. And that is just a few correspondences. All of these correspondences have been associated with this planet through folklore, mythology, or medicine. Astrology is so much. It is a tool for introspection, finding purpose and timing, like choosing the best time to do a ritual. Every hour of the day is ruled by a different planet, as is day of the week. You can use that timing to decide when you're going to launch projects or make decisions. You can also use transits, which are what is happening in the sky now, and that could just be a general of where's the moon, where is Jupiter, or it can be where is Jupiter in relationship to my birth chart and the personal relationship that I have established with Jupiter since the moment I was born. It is a never-ending stream of knowledge, and you can always dig deeper. You can anticipate challenges before they arrive and navigate transitions with clarity by building a life that flows in sync with the stars instead of against. It's like swimming with the celestial current. My book, The Magic of Birthdays, will teach you everything I just described and more. So if you are curious what the stars have in store for you, I would start there. But of course, I would be remiss if I gave myself as the only source, so I'm going to give you a list of resources I use to learn astrology. I want to make it known that there is no one book, one YouTube video, one podcast that will teach you everything you need to know about astrology. You can always learn more, and that is what I love about this study. Like in witchcraft, you are a forever student. 1. The Astrology Podcast by Chris Brennan. He is also the author of my favorite astrology book of all time, Astrology Using the Wisdom of the Stars in Your Everyday Life by Carol Taylor. On the Heavenly Spheres, a treatise of traditional astrology by Helena L. Villar and Luis Labirio. You Were Born for This by Chani Nicholas. And Kelly's Astrology for Phenomenal Courses. These are all primarily academic sources that I use to write my book. The Magic of Birthdays is truly the book that I wish I had at the beginning of my practice. It is rooted in tradition, but holds much of my individual astrological witchcraft practice that took years to build. None of the other sources I listed are witchcraft sources. I have found that most witchcraft books that have astrology are not rooted in traditional astrology and don't represent my practice. There are practical spells, rituals, and correspondences, as you saw, to build your own. It will teach you how to read your birth chart and practice planetary magic. It was created to be much of a companion guide with fill in the blanks. I use this almost daily myself as a reference, so I know that it is helpful for anyone wanting to walk the same path. It is also what I consider to be an advanced witchcraft book, meaning it is not for beginners, but it is beginner friendly. Anyone can read this, but I promise you will be surprised at the amount of information you will find within this. And this is not, no offense to any other books within the witchcraft community, but a lot of beginner witchcraft books are the same thing, and I guarantee you this is not. And this is not just for birthdays. I think people kind of thought that because of the title, which I didn't pick. If you don't know, authors don't get to name their books. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, check it out. There's a link below. With this series, I want to continue diving into the subject and make videos on niche subjects you might be interested in. Do you want to know about planetary magic with a specific celestial body? Additionally, I did just start offering courses on my website, where I also offer services and readings if you're interested. My first course is called the Enchanted Atlas, and it is a deep dive into the astrology of place. Essentially, you can create a geographic interpretation of your birth chart and figure out where in the physical world aligns with you. I'm telling you, you can do anything. There will be more to come in the future, and I am still getting this huge project off the ground. And if you have stayed this long, I would like to gift you this course in exchange for you sharing your experience with others if you feel so called. I am launching a PR program, and I would love to have you be a part of it. I want this to be very organic. I am just looking to connect with my community and give back for you all supporting me and do like a grassroots advertisement for my small business. There is a link down below where you can enter your email and I will reach out to you with the course. I hope this video maybe clarified a few things for you or opened your eyes to a whole new world that you can use to deepen your practice. I would love to know what inspired you and what you would like to see next as part of this series. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a magical rest of your day. Blessed be, and goodbye, everyone.